another awesome day God has given us, and I just want to talk about choices. You know, when you live this life, there's so many things you can choose. There's so many options that are out there, and you can choose this, you can choose that. For example, in Kenya supermarkets, you can go to Chum, you can go to Nakumat, you can go to local shops around there. You can go to so many other supermarkets that have come up. There's so many choices out there. Even here in the UK, there's so many supermarkets. Supermarkets like Tesco, like Aldi, like Waitrose. It's cheaper to go to Aldi, so you can go and find cheaper things in Aldi. They have their own business model. You can go to Sainsbury, they have also their own business model. You can go to Tesco, which they have their own business model. By the way, I prefer vegetables, I prefer buying at Tesco. But then these other little household goods, I prefer buying them at Aldi. There's so many choices out there. And in life, there are so many choices to do good or to do bad. And sometimes in life we are caught up either to do good or to do bad, and we find ourselves doing bad, yet we want to do good. And so we have this conflict within us. Then what should we do? And the question of, should we be able to trust ourselves in this dilemma? Should we trust our thinking? Should we trust ourselves? And many people have come up and said, oh, I don't need God. I can depend on me. I can depend on my psyche. I can depend on what some people have called science, or they just depend on self, and they think they don't need God, so they choose that path of life. And others choose God, and so they say, oh, I cannot depend on me because I have so many faults. Like that, sometimes I want to do good, but I don't do good. Sometimes I want to love somebody, I don't love somebody the way I should, and just the fact that I have different tests, I have different failures within me, and therefore I can't trust me to make that kind of judgment. So I need God. I need somebody to guide me. I need somebody to help me and direct me in life. And when I look at people who say, oh, I don't need God, I will depend on me, I have so many questions. Like, sometimes life fails you. For example, in times of divorce, in terms of death, in terms of losing resources, there's just so many things, and you cannot depend on yourself. You understand? There are people, can you imagine? I love watching, American financial documentaries, especially on Wall Street, how sometimes Wall Street will crash. And it's crashing when America have the cream de la cream of their best financialists there. You understand? And it just crashes and affects the whole world. Yet this is at the best of the best that can be able to do business at the highest level and give the best product, and yet it's still flat. And this is the best financial technocrats in the US. You understand? So if that they can be able to fail, so will you just trust in our mental faculties and do not depend on God? So there are so many things. If you say, oh, you don't need God and you just need yourself and you'll just survive, and plan and think and throw away God, I think there's a failure and a fault in that. And there's so many other proponent of this thinking, and say, oh, we are progressive human beings, we make mistakes, we'll grow out of it, and we survive into a better person and into a better thing. And it still leaves question, then what about these dynamics? And so that begs the fact that we need God. We need God because in our dealings every day, we make so many mistakes, we make so many choices that are not right, that are not consistent with the purpose and the intentions of God. And so and because of that, then we need God. We need God to help us plan, we need God to help us live, we need God to help us in times of calamities, in times of challenges. We still need God. And I know many people have been discussing deeper things on when we're in trouble and God does not seem to come through at the time we want. You understand? So but these dynamics, we need God. We need God. God who is higher than us. God who is a better thinker, is an intelligent design, who was there before the foundation of the world, who was there before the cosmos came together and produced the solar system and the things that we have right now. We need God. We need God to help us in every aspect of our lives, because we hit somewhere and we realize, oh my goodness, what we thought we knew, we actually don't know, and we need God to help us. And for me, this thinking is to throw it out there for people who want to think about the choices that are out there. You know, there's so many choices, you know, so many religious feelings and so many thinkings, you know, or school of thoughts that have, you know, said, oh, I don't need God, and therefore I'll take this direction. I'll take academic, I'll take self-belief, I'll take, you know, probably some call it science, I'll take science, some say, oh, I'll take a higher level of thinking or something like that. And there's so many, all of this school of thoughts, but then I think they drop into these two categories, and we find ourselves choosing, saying, oh, I'm gonna go with for me right here in conclusion, I'm gonna go with I need God. I need God in my life. I have made decisions sometimes and they've really dropped and failed, and of course others have been good, but in totality I have realized that we need God. We need God. We need God. It doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are, we all need God. Until the next video, I don't know what you think about this topic. Drop a comment below, subscribe, share, you know, go to Facebook page and like and tell other friends about this, and see what we can be able to come up with in terms of thinking, in terms of putting our thoughts together. So until the next time, any theological questions, you can drop it down here, and I'll catch you in the next video. God bless you.